We are live. So for those that are watching the recording and not going live, this is a business Q&A that I want to provide all my followers, subscribers, and listeners out there the opportunity to ask me questions. Even though I do a Can I Pick Your Brain series and I kind of poke fun at that, I think it's important that we talk about some of the opportunities that come up in business, or let's get more specific when it comes to lead generation, if it's marketing, if it's accounting, the cash flow. I'm not saying I'm a cash flow expert. I can get you in contact with one, but for me, I am a business coach, and being a business coach, I want to be able to help you get to where you need to be. And a lot of that just starts with asking the right questions. So if you're watching this recording, this is for you to kind of see how we interact on the live. But if you are live, I would love to know, how can I help you? I've been doing these lives for the last probably 6 months now. I've done weekly updates, talked about challenges, business uh, issues when it comes to the clientele, my projects, my personal issues, and if I'm keeping it real, I just want to help. And I know people are out there, which I have a viewer now. Thank you for watching and being on here. If there's any questions I have for you, please let me know. And I am gonna be here until, like I said, hey, look, um, we're all done with this. So let me know if you have any questions. But if you don't have any questions for me, I'm just going to go right into. I need to adjust something over here, so give me just a moment. I want to go right into my week, because from Friday to this Friday has been absolutely bonkers, and I'm grateful for whew, these opportunities that we have in front of me, or that I have in front of me, and what my team is doing. But look, it is outright hard. So I'm going to start with the other day. I've I found out, like, at 1:30, I have a sleep machine in my mask, and it stopped working. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, oh, a power outage went out. So what does that mean? Like, a power outage? Um, I got a Benjamin Gaming. Yep, I'm here. And so when I had this power outage, um, I said, "Hi, Ben. How's it going, my man?" Hi, Benjamin Gaming 15. There you go. Hi, Benjamin Gaming 15. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming on. I had this power outage, and immediately I was like, "Wow, where are you from, Benjamin? Where are you from?" And I was like, "Man, if we have this power outage, things going to be a whole lot different." And so we didn't have school. Texas. Wow. Texas. Okay, what part of Texas? And then Amanda, or Amandius, has a good old 6-7. Okay, that doesn't. Hello, Cindy. Hello, and Merry Christmas to you too. Where y'all coming from? In this business Q&A, do y'all have any questions about business, or y'all just stopping through? I'm here to answer any questions. Dallas, that's what's up. I flew into Dallas a couple of times. Got family over there. I'm over here in Vancouver, Washington. He was like, I'm just saying hi. You're passing through. Okay. What you do gaming? What type of gaming do you do? Yep, Vancouver, Washington, a little north of Portland, Oregon. Roblox and horror. I never heard of horror before. I'm gonna ask y'all questions like, hey, I want to know where y'all from. What y'all on here for? Like, what y'all doing? Like, what are you looking for? Like, when you guys come on YouTube and you're just looking at lives, because my kids say that they don't like lives. It's just a genre. Okay. Is it like a first person shooter game, or is it a building game? Y'all tell me like when you guys go on lives. My kids said they don't like live, so obviously you guys like no, it's horror. Frank says it's horror. Nah, it's like scary stuff. Like what you're going through a simulator and you are watching stuff, and it's like a jump scare sort of a thing. I don't even think I've even heard of it. It's horror. Like I got an Xbox. I haven't been on my game station for like like months. Months. I would play either Call of Duty or oh, I forget the look up Poppy Playtime. Hmm. Yeah. So here, let me ask y'all, what's a good game for me to play over this Christmas break? What's a good game for me to play? I want tell me what good game for me to play. Still a brain rot. The brain rot. Yeah. I know Roblox. My kids they have Roblox. I'm not I'm yeah. I would say that's a little bit younger of when it comes to my taste. Okay, you think I should play it? I play it with my kids sometimes. I hope can I bring them on stream? They're at school. I don't know how what how y'all ain't at school right now? I mean, it sounds like y'all should be at school. How come y'all ain't at school? Fortnite or COD? Yeah, Frank. When they get out, they get out when school's out. Oh, so Fortnite or COD? I play Fortnite a little bit. It's just not. I think it's a lot. I like Call of Duty better, and yeah, I like Call of Duty better. I used to play. Oh, I forget the popular one when you could do a couch co-op, but then they stopped that. Oh, you guys are on Christmas break. Okay. Okay, Christmas. This is the last day of school on for the before Christmas break, and then Monday we start the 2 weeks of Christmas break. So Texas, man, y'all start early. Okay. Hey, whoever gave me a like, thank you. I appreciate it. That's what's up. All right. So I'll okay. So I'll try out Fortnite. Um, Frank says, "Can I go live tomorrow?" Possibly. I can possibly go live. I know I get requests. I usually just go live on. Oh, thank I go. I got another like. That's what's up. Thank you. That was you, Benjamin. Thank you for liking it. I appreciate that. I could go live tomorrow. I could potentially go live tomorrow. I just come on here just to see what's up. Like if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. I talk business stuff. I talk marketing. I'm a marketing consultant in regards to helping companies and founders with their lead generation. I know that's probably stuff you don't have no clue about, huh? Yeah, I was just like, I'm here just passing through. All right. Hey, thanks, Ben. It's been great. When they are on break, then you can bring them on stream. I said earlier they don't really like lives. I try to wait. Have I done a live with them? I got them their own channel, and I put them on. If you go up to the links, you see that it's the J Dubs shorts, and so they've done shorts. Like I've done dances, but we out there just geeking it, having fun, talking, playing games. Like I put some of their silliness on there. Where Frank, where are you from? Frank, you be asking a lot of questions, man. I don't know their user. How am I supposed to know their user stuff? You need friends, bro? I always say I'm gonna talk business, but then I never really talk business on these lives because For some reason, it's always kids on here. Never mind. All right. Hey, I yeah, I don't know my kids' usernames and all that stuff. What's the anywhere y'all travel anywhere? Like Frank, where are you from? You never said where you were from. I said maybe early you didn't catch it when I was talking to Benjamin, but I'm from Vancouver, Washington. Where you at? Where you at? Where y'all from? Where y'all from? Got another like. That's what's up. Thank you very much. Texas. Ooh, okay. What's his Benjamin was from Texas. Lubbock, he was from Dallas, Texas. Man, y'all are neighbors. I have family over in Texarkana. Okay. That's what's up. Lubbock, Texas. Man, you guys get an early start to your Christmas break. That's interesting. Okay. What you do for fun? Mm, you're in Brownfield right now. Is that where you traveling for the holiday, or just for the time being? I see. We got a couple of people on here. So for those that are watching this as a recording, as I started saying, I have things that I can talk to you about from this last week because last week was crazy. But I love when people get on here, they start sharing and start talking about gaming. We started talking about gaming. What's for those that's still out there? What's your favorite game on your phone? What's your favorite game on your phone? Roblox. Yeah, okay. I might have to make me an account. I might have to check this. Oops, I'm hitting the mic. My bad. I might have to check out this thing called Roblox out. Um, I I don't know how much time I can put into it, but I know it's like a. I'm used to games where you just play and then you finish the game. It's not like a never-ending game. How long have you been building your Roblox game, Frank? I don't know, Frank, if he can hear me. I just make it okay. Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on here. There's anything you want to know about business, or what you just and once we're done, we can add people. What? Okay, so tell me why you want to add people. What's the big deal when you add people to your Roblox account? I want to know because I don't understand. Like Roblox is a big deal, and there's a lot of money in Roblox. And I know you pay money, you can build. Like, tell me what's the big deal about Roblox? Why do you like it? So we can have friends. Okay. Hey, that's a whoops. Sorry, I'm hitting the sound from my mic. That okay. So Roblox, so you can make friends. That makes sense. How many friends do you have on your Roblox account? I was even told by one of my daughters. Whoops. Sorry, I'm hitting the mic. That a person gifted her like I guess like 30,000 or something like that. But she said it was a lot, and he was saying, I guess she was saying he was saying that he has multiple accounts and it's no big deal. He has like millions. So I don't really understand that concept. So I should go and check it out. You say you got more than 40 friends? Okay. Is there a number you trying to get to on this account? I see that we got another person on here. For the other person on here, tell me who you are by saying where you from. We're talking about games. Initially, I was, going to talk about business, but hey, gaming is a business too. I can help understand. Matter of fact, I just got off the phone with a potential client that's in the gaming industry. And in the gaming industry, we're talking about doing some collaboration, talking about doing some work. So I think this is interesting. We're talking about Roblox. They're more in the line of competitive gaming. Okay, you got to go, but you be back. All right, sounds good. Thanks for coming on. All right, look, y'all that are here, tell me where you from. I'm here to answer any questions on business, but some way, somehow, we always move the topic around to. All right, sounds good, Frank. You'll be back in 1 minute. Cool. Let me. Hey, uh, you're funny. All right. So it's always interesting. We're now talking about games, gaming. Uh, so we're talking about Roblox, Fortnite, Call of Duty. I forget the other one I played, but it's about zombies. I like shooting and killing zombies. Or the other game with the Master Chief. I forget that game. I haven't played my Xbox in so long. It's like, oh my gosh. But all right. Any questions here on business? Any business questions? Any business questions? As I take a sip of my coffee. Actually, let me put this down. Oh man. So tell me where you're from. Actually, let me I want to know where y'all from. I see people joining. We talk about games. But here, look, I'll tell you the story of last week. Woo! Last week, I did the podcast for the first time remote. I brought and you see it. It's already published. I published it on Monday, and man, that was hard work, but it's so enjoyable for the very fact that I could do it not in the office. Like I don't need the studio, no matter where I go. If I just bring my mics and my phone, right? I can do a podcast, but of course, I want a higher quality of sound, a higher quality of video. So of course, we'll get upgraded stuff. But just being able to do it for me was like, wow, technology has came a long ways, and we get so flustered by thinking I don't have the right equipment when you actually do. We just scared to take the leap because we don't want to look dumb or stupid. So, which I get, I don't want to look dumb and stupid either. But you're not perfect. You shouldn't expect yourself to be perfect. And we know that anything that's worth quality, and if you really want it, it's going to take time. So why put that pressure on yourself? I'm learning right now as I shift gears that with this week, why it was such a big week for me is I just started to embrace my feelings. When I say be you, like authentically be you. Oh, I got another like. Thank you, y'all. I appreciate that. When I say authentically be you, man, like I'm really learning to also authentically, like really authentically, and be honest with my feelings. I think that's one of the hardest things. Like people say, like be you and do you. People say like, oh, embrace the hard times, or people say, hey, keep your chin up, or don't look when you're going through something difficult. It's hard. So like it's hard. Like I don't know what people are going through when they say I'm having a hard time. I can only think of my hard time, but this last week, man, someone explained to me where they almost died. They almost died, and I was like, oh, you had to go through this. They were telling me the story, and in their story, I was just thinking about it. And they've told me this before, but me, I'm multitasking, doing different things, and so what I thought was interesting. Whoops, I want to try to hear something. Maybe you can tell me something too. How about that? And so one of the cool things, I put that up as cool fact, for when I was listening to the story, when I said, let me stop multitasking, let me actually listen and pay attention to what's going on, I was literally blown away by the amount of suffering this person had to endure. I'm like, good God, I'm that because they were hospitalized. They were not only they were like hospitalized, they were misdiagnosed, they were mistreated. Uh, they couldn't breathe. Like I have asthma, and when you can't breathe, it is very claustrophobic. It's like the walls are coming in, and you can't breathe, you can't function, you can't think. It's hard to function. And just the last time I had an asthma attack, I was shucking corn, and that stuff got in my lungs, and I it was hard to breathe. It's like I try to just get that inhale that breath, right? It was hard. And so this person was telling me how they couldn't breathe. They had to sleep standing up or sitting up. They couldn't lay down. Again, they went to the hospital. They were misdiagnosed. And I'm just like, wow, how did you like make it? And this is after extenuating like All right, I think my battery just died. And now you can hear me. Someone just said that. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can someone let me know if you can hear me? Like in the chat? Can you put it in the chat that you can hear me? I, I need you to put it in the chat that you can hear me. I think you guys can someone just texted me and said that they can hear me. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. I think so. My thing died. My mic died. My mic died. So yeah, if you could put it in the chat. I want y'all just come on here. Appreciate you. You know, definitely want to hear like where you from, what you doing, what you coming on here for. This is supposed to be a business Q&A, but we talking about what comes in the chat. What you got in the chat? We can say the AMA asked me anything. And I typically go for about 30 minutes. So we're also coming at towards the end of it. So we can be done too. There was one more thing I did want to talk about. There's one more thing I want to talk about, but I want to leave this time. If you have questions, you want to tell me where you're from. If you want to tell me something excited that you accomplished, put it in the chat. I want to know. Put it in the chat. Let a brother know. Like, what's up? Like, what are you up to? This beautiful Friday morning. It's not raining. Man, thank God for that. It's not gray. Thank God for that. Because the gray clouds, I was talking to someone the other day, even this morning, they were saying how it's tough out here because it's so dark. Like you, especially when people come here to do stuff as like a business, and they get in their routine of they come here, get up early, and it's dark, like during this time of the year. But then when it's raining, it's like this grayish, this gray overcast, right? And they were like, man, it never really gets bright out. I'm like, I know. That's what gets really hard about living here during this time of year in the Pacific Northwest. It gets hard because we don't get much light. So, questions? What y'all got, man? Where y'all from? I see a couple more people joining on here. We were talking about gaming. My regulars hasn't been on, but this is my first time that I also didn't promote it throughout the week because I'm trying some new stuff. I am trying some new stuff. I am looking, not looking, I plan on doing one of my Can I Pick Your Brain Today videos. And I hope I can get a guest to do it. I got something, but it's not where I want it to be. So we're going to work on that. But questions, where y'all from? I see a couple of people on here. What's up? Where you from? Where you from? Tell me where you from. Or if you're watching on TV, I know you can't tell me where you're from because you can't chat. You got to use your phone, which is cool. That's cool how you can do that. But I usually stay on here for 30 minutes, and I'm not here just to talk. I just want to answer any questions. I want to be here for folks in their time if they have questions. For those that don't know me, now I give you my introduction. I am a I said it earlier though. I'm a marketing consultant. I love helping people, businesses, companies, founders. I started in the nonprofit world from either their lead acquisition when it comes to marketing, like if you need help with accounting, like with your cash flow. I'm not the person to help you do that, but I can get you connected to the person that can do that. If you need law help, I can help you with that. Again, I'm not the person to do the law. I can get you connected. Or if it's finances, but I bring them onto the podcast. The podcast is my bread and butter. But one of the things, and this is the last thing I'll say before I jump off, is I've been working on not producing as many videos because for me, it's about quality and not quantity. I know I can like take my podcast and chop it up in a couple of parts. And I will do that. I'm going to come back to some of my old episodes too, as we kind of wrap up the year of like what could be some of the best of 2025. But, I'm also down to, answer questions as well, because that's what I'm on here for. But the last thing I'll say, like again, if you got questions, put it in the chat. I'll answer them, or tell me where you're from. At least I say your name, acknowledge you. But one of the things I'm looking forward to doing is uh, accomplishing a major goal before this end of the year. And I know I'm going to do it because I'm going to break down the barrier of all the fears, right? Of being like embracing, like exactly embracing the pain. That's hard. That's hard. I was watching Michael Jordan's The Last Dance, and when he came back and lost against the Orlando Magic, they said that was one of the best things that could ever happen to him, because in that loss, they were like, all right, Michael, we'll see you next year, for the training for the next season. He was like, no, I'll be here tomorrow, and everyone else will be here tomorrow too. That's when they broke the NBA record, right? Of what, 72 and 8 or something like. I don't know. I'm not good with those. I don't know all those stats. But when Michael Jordan said, I'm not taking any time off, he said that he went and he had to redo his body. They said like playing baseball you can't have the body for baseball to basketball. And so at that time, Michael Jordan was still a world star phenomenon. Like he was filming Space Jam, and he was saying they had a studio for him, not a studio, a gym built just for him, to where he can work out in the morning, he do his shoots, and then he'll play basketball. And he brought the top talent in the league that year, and they were just running like 2-3 hours worth of games. And they were like, Michael probably was like a vampire. I think BJ Armstrong said he was like, I don't know when the cat slept. But Michael said he had to get in shape. And then from that point, he says, like, man, he was frothing out the mouth. And when we look at champions, when we look at people who are succeeding, sometimes we look at the success more than the work and the dedication that they put in. And so I am excited to accomplish these goals, because it's not to say like you can't take time off or you can't rest, but it's just that focus of saying, I will accomplish these things. And so I appreciate y'all coming on here. This has been great. I was hoping to answer any questions or have more conversation, but it sounds like via the chat is we're done for the day. So I appreciate y'all. I might come back tomorrow. I might not, depending on the time. I'm really just trying to figure out when's a good time to y'all. My regulars haven't been on here, but we might try doing it in the evening too. We just never know. We just never know. All right. So if we don't have any questions, that's what I'm here for, to answer any questions. If we don't have any questions, then we good. I wish y'all, whenever you're watching this, for those that are watching the recording, welcome to the live. It's supposed to be a business Q&A, but we talked about everything that came on the chat. So feel free to join us the next time. Until the next time, dream big and Godspeed. I'm out.